Hello, one and all. Welcome to the A to the K Wrestling Show. Joining us today, probably my favorite wrestler at the moment.
Oh,
She is the current Futureshock Women's Champion, has recently made her Progress debut, and is the leader of the LALLIE movement. Hot topic herself, Hollie Barlow. Hollie, thanks for being here. How are you?
thank you. I'm good. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, we are good, thank you.
Good.
Got no, top-notch intro that Carl.
Well, you know,
Still
we try,
stumbling
we try.
there.
And I have to follow that up now as well. Um, but no, I thought we'd start we could sort of right at the beginning, I suppose. And I
Mm,
believe you started training when you were just 14 years old
yes.
at Future Shock Wrestling. So I suppose what I'd like to ask first of all is what sort of what made you make the decision to sort of become a wrestler?
Yeah. Okay. So I really enjoy my little like into wrestling 'cause it's really just like nice. I love talking about it. But
Mm.
I started watching it with my brother 2 years before, and
Mhm.
Sheamus was the one that kind of inspired me to start wrestling. It was at WrestleMania when he won the championship in like 18 seconds.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was what inspired me. I saw that and I was like, in 20 seconds on, I was like, right, I'm sold. This is great. Um, so I watched that, and I'm a proper like I've got to try stuff. I want to if I see something I like it. I'm the sort of person that's got like 10 hobbies. You know when like you get hyper fixated on something and then you do it for a week
Yeah.
and you stop. That's the
Yeah.
like the kind of person that I am. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, I've got to try this. So I went to a little local wrestling school that just did like MMA and Olympic wrestling because I didn't know where I did like professional wrestling. So I
Yeah.
did that for a bit. And then I thought, right, I need to figure where I can go because this is boring me. Like this is proper stuff. I don't like it. Like I'm getting hurt, and I don't want to be like in a shoot submission. So
Yeah.
I stopped doing that, and then I found Future Shock. So then I was like, I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. And yeah, I didn't really expect much because I was so young, and I just thought I'll just try it, and if I like it, I do. If I don't like it, then I walk away, and I've tried it, and yeah, here I am 10 years later.
Well, I mean, obviously, you did take to it like water. You were, really got to grips with it, and you started getting quite a lot of traction. But then, obviously, COVID hit,
Yeah,
and it's 2021. Obviously, you injured your shoulder as well at the same time, and you did decide for a time to kind of step away for a little bit. So,
yeah.
obviously, being back now, looking back to when you made that decision, like what was going through your mind, and how hard was it for you to decide that?
Yeah, it was really tough. I think during COVID, I'd actually really started enjoying wrestling, and I was like, right, when I get back, I'm going to really commit to it. Like, because
Mhm.
I'm excited to be back. And then the minute I got back, it was just the pressure of it really got to me, and I just weren't enjoying it. I weren't having fun anymore. Obviously, like everything that happened over COVID, and then the I did a show, and after that show, I was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm not too sure. And then I did my second show, and then I injured my shoulder. And that was kind of, for me, I felt like the universe was giving me a sign of like,
Mm.
if it's already in your head, just stop. And I kind of got this really bad fear of if I carried on wrestling, it'd get worse, and then I wouldn't be able to wrestle at all. Like my option would be taken away from me. So I wanted to be able to do it on my own terms. So
Yeah.
so I remember having a chat with Sam Bailey because they were looking to put the Future Championship on me then, because
Yeah.
I'd gone straight back into a feud with Lana Austin.
Mm.
And I remember ringing him and I was like, I don't want it because then I'd have to commit myself to having a run with that, I was in already that mindset of I don't really want to continue wrestling, so I think it's probably better if I step away. And but it was really nice because then people that actually wanted the opportunity got it, because for me it was that thing of I don't want to take an opportunity away from someone when I don't want it because I
Yeah, of
didn't want to
course.
wrestle anymore. So I there was like that guilt as well around if I carry on wrestling and I get these opportunities and these bookings that other people would like, and I'm going, oh, I don't want to be here. I want to be able to enjoy it. So yeah, I decided after my fourth match back that I was going to step away. And if I'm genuinely honest, it was the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like looking back now, at the time it
Yeah.
was real tough. But then I also kind of went straight into just having a social life again and having my weekends, and I kind of enjoyed being 20 and I was having a great time. So
Yeah.
I think I was able to kind of replace wrestling quite well, and I did my bodybuilding and that kind of filled a hole. And then once my bodybuilding was up, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. So Yeah. So I'm very, very glad I did it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you've just mentioned it there, and I suppose you mentioned as well that if something interests you, you want to have a go of it. So, just while you mentioned the bodybuilding, you did say during your hiatus, you started doing the competitive bodybuilding, and the training must have been absolutely grueling. But I just
Yeah.
wondered what made you decide to sort of get into that, and sort of how do you look back on that experience?
Yeah. So I I've been watching a girl over lockdown who had gone to prep for a show and then lockdown happened, so the show got cancelled. And I've been watching her journey into like doing it again, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool! Like, I want to try this." And when I'd come back from like lockdown and going into wrestling, I'd gotten really into fitness. I'd lost like loads of weight over lockdown, like not like by like just working out because I had nothing else to do. And then I got into the gym and got a really good routine going, and I was really, really happy with where I was. And I got chatting to some of the guys in the gym, and they were like, "Hey, have you thought about bodybuilding? Like, you've got a really good like frame for like bodybuilding and stuff." And I was like, "Oh no, I've never really didn't think it would be an option." And then that spurred me on to get my coach, and then I went into bodybuilding, and yeah, that was the toughest thing I think I've ever done. But it's cool, like it's its own world within its own right. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would never do it again. I didn't enjoy it for me and the way I work. And I think coming from such a um how to word it, like wrestling's so fulfilling and you're
Mm.
constantly getting gratification from it because you're always
Hmm.
wrestling, or you put something out on Instagram and just you're getting constant gratification from it. Whereas
Yeah, yeah.
bodybuilding, you spend 6 months in a bodybuilding prep and then you do one show and you're on stage for about 5-10 minutes and then you're done and you've like worked so hard. And I got off stage and I just went, is that fucking it? Like, is that it after all this? I
Love it.
literally, I stormed into the changing rooms. I got dressed, got me big box of chocolate fingers, and I went and met my dad. And I was like, I'm going home. Don't want to be here anymore.
I love that. I assume chocolate fingers were there ready as the reward kind of thing.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like, I went through so many phases of what I wanted to eat post prep, and chocolate fingers were just really up there for me. I don't think I've eaten them since, to be honest, but they were
But
just,
at the time, that was it.
yeah, they were like on the forefront of my mind. I was like, I need these
Yeah.
chocolate fingers.
Well, I think I remember I saw you say something somewhere like your treat during your thing was like a crumpet with a bit of jam on it or something. So
Yeah.
chocolate fingers and a jam crumpet. Yeah, I'd go for the fingers. But
Yeah, when
I
I was on
mean,
high days, there was like so it's like a strict meal plan. So when I had high days,
Right.
which were like towards the back end of my prep, I had like one high day every 2 weeks, and that was I would just get more carbs. So it weren't like exciting, but one of my carbs was a crumpet, and it was just like I think it was the only kind of thing that I was eating that was sugary that
yeah.
I just loved it, and I would cry every time I had it.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you can yeah, eat what you want now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I imagine going through that kind of schedule, it must give you a real appreciation for food. I've never denied
Yeah.
myself food, so I don't know how that feels.
And I was
But
thinking that I was like during lockdown, I certainly didn't get trimmer if anything. That's when like yeah, I went the opposite way.
I think it works because like I'm not a I eat to live. Do you know like
mm,
Yeah,
I'm not like super healthy, but food doesn't really bother me as long as I'm full. I'm not really bothered what I
yeah,
eat. So it was
yeah,
actually quite I found it quite easy, the food side of it, because I didn't have to think about what I was eating. I just
mm.
prepped whatever my coach told me to eat. So it made my life a lot easier because I weren't thinking of all the amazing things I could eat.
Oh.
love it. So it was, bodybuilding, completed it, mates. Don't need to do it again. And then you made your return into wrestling in 2024. So it's after 3 years away. Um, so I think, from what we talked so far, it's clear that you obviously kept that love for wrestling and you did miss it. But sort of, how much did you weigh up the decision to return? And sort of was it motivated by sort of missing well, as you put it, really the gratification and the
Yeah.
sort of structure of it?
It's funny really because I actually didn't want to come back, which is really like weird to say.
Mm,
I just think I'd become so accustomed to my life without wrestling in it that I really struggled with the idea of fitting it back in. I was just like, where can I
right.
fit it back in? Like I'd got, I was working full time. I'd just come away from bodybuilding. I was in uni full time. So I was like, where does it fit in, and where does it also fit in with my social life? And, you know, like my nephew had been born, so I was kind of like loving being an auntie and being around my family
Yeah.
all the time. So I just couldn't imagine, because wrestling takes up so much time. I was like, I can't imagine being in that environment again. But I had the itch, and I was like, right, I'm gonna go to training. I'm gonna scratch the itch, and I was convinced I wasn't gonna like it. And I went back to training, and I took one bump, and I said to Sam, I was like, I'm back, aren't I? He was like, yeah, fucking that. I was like, oh. And I really didn't want to. I wanted to take that bump and go, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing this again. Like that hurts.
Yeah.
And I just loved it again. And it took me. That was in November, and it took me until August to come back. And even up until that point, I was like, we did quite a small segment because I didn't want to match. Because I was like, if I have a match, then I feel like I've got to commit to it and get gear. But at least if I do a small segment where I don't have to buy wrestling gear, I can just do what I want to do and see if I like it. And there's that potential that I can do that one bit and come away and no one's really affected by it. Um, so even up until my debut, I was like thinking of ways out.
Well, I mean, selfishly, we're very happy that you came back because, you know, you're killing it at the minute.
Thank you.
I've got to ask though, like, how is the shoulder now? Is it still causing you any hassle, or are you kind of back to 100%?
Yeah, it's not 100%. I don't think it ever will be. I had like a bit of
Mm,
an issue when I did it because I've gone, it was just poorly treated by medical staff. So I never really got it looked at properly. So I think it's always going to be a bit iffy, but
yeah.
it's very manageable. It's never really, it's not caused me any pain since I've been back, and I've been back a year now. And there's bits where I'm like, oh, that's a bit sore.
Yeah.
But then I go and get Big John, and he sorts me out. He's great. And yeah, I had a really good physio outside of wrestling. And then yeah, just like going to the gym and trying to strengthen up a bit through training. Um, so yeah, it's manageable. It freaks me out now and again, but it's doing well.
Yeah. Fingers
Yeah,
crossed that stays the
yeah,
same.
So obviously, since you came back, you've been a mainstay once more at Futureshock.
Mhm.
So I say we have to ask, about your number one contendership match with another guest of the show, Lizzy, and sort of what it was like stepping in the ring with the Liver Bird.
Oh, it was incredible. Lizzie is one of my favorite people to work, and like inside and outside the ring, Lizzie is the nicest, most genuine person I've ever come across in my entire life. Like, she's just a proper gem to be around, and you know, we were main event as well, and that was really cool. And we both went into it almost like we really want to have a good match. You know, like the women are main. It's we want people to follow it and be really into it. Like it was my first main event match since God, like maybe like 2018, 2019.
Mm.
And back then, because I was so young, I'd never really like planned it properly. It was just like, right, it's just a 20-minute match, you know, and not like I want to give it that main event feel. So I put a lot of pressure on myself to really get people into it. And she was just so good. Like, you know, she's just really, really good, and she's really good at like calming you down and just making you feel just at ease. And then like in the ring as well, she's just amazing and she's great to work with. And yeah, I wish I could wrestle Lizzie every day. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was an epic match. Obviously, winning it into the number. Well, yeah, he got the number one contendership, and then ultimately you went on to defeat Lily for the title. How much emotion kind of was going through you? Obviously, thinking back to when they were going to put the belt on you, and you were thinking of leaving, to like now getting the belt again, like in the place where it all started for you as well.
Yeah. Oh, it was so special. Like I wish I could relive it. Like I look at videos and pictures and I'm like, it just doesn't feel real. And like it's sat in my
Mm.
bedroom and I'm looking at it like this just doesn't feel. I remember when I got it and we're all leaving and I said to Sam, I was like, do I just take it home? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. I feel like really, I don't feel like a responsible adult. I don't think I should be allowed to take it home. And he was like, just take it home. I was like, oh, okay. Um, but yeah, it was just so special. And my family were there. My little nephew was there, and like his little Hot Topic t-shirt. And it was just everything was perfect, and just the lead up to it as well, and like that main event match and the number one contendership match was just like really really special. And then being able to build into the match of Lily was just yeah, it was really, really good, and I wish I could do it all again. But yeah, really
I'm
special.
slightly off script, but I'm curious now. What's it like having your nephew there as your little fan, and is has he become a wrestling fan watching you?
Oh, well, he's only like one. He's like 1.5,
That's
so
that's, that's
he's
old
not, he
enough to
doesn't really
fan.
get it. He was just like, he twigged it was me. And
Yeah,
like my sister-in-law was like, oh yeah, like he was getting it. But like he's just too young to understand. But he was into it. And
yeah.
he weren't crying or falling asleep, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's hard because I thought it would have more of an influence on me. Like I thought I'd be more distracted, but I was quite like in the zone, and I kind of
Mm.
forget. I think there's kind of everyone just kind of becomes one, and you kind of forget, and you've got your goal in mind. And I was like, right, I want this belt. I want to wrestle Lily, like get it done and over with. Um, so yeah, it kind of all becomes one, and you didn't really notice him, which I kind of
Yeah,
felt bad
yeah.
for. Because I didn't really acknowledge him at all. And if anything, like they've got a video of me walking past, and I walk past them, and I go, and I just didn't realize they were there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you just
But
he's so in his own.
yeah, I think you have to be, don't you? To be fair, so I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
You're obviously fresh off your rematch with Lily as well. Only obviously this was Holly Mario versus Lil Luigi. I think I've said that right. How much fun was that match?
It's so dumb. Like it was probably the dumbest match I've ever wrestled in my life, and I've done some really stupid stuff. Um, yeah, I remember we couldn't like come up with an idea of what we were going to do, and I was like, "What can we do?" And I'd been a singer last time. I'd been Beyond, right? And I was like, "I don't want to be a singer again," because like I was really crap, and I corpsed, and I don't want to do it again. So can we do something else? So we decided on Mario and Luigi, and I was going to try and get her to be a villain, and like Bowser or something. I was like, just don't
Yeah.
be Luigi. And then I was like, oh no, it's quite funny for like the same brother. And people were like using well, it weren't in the 80s. This was in the 80s, and it weren't this, it weren't that. And I was like, right, okay, whatever. We'll just go Mario and Luigi. Everyone takes it really seriously, right? If it's like 1991, you're not having it. Everyone's really serious. So we got the costumes. And then I was like, I really want to like add something to it. So I'm sat there on like Friday and Saturday night, cutting up bastard cardboard and painting it so I could use it for the match. I was like looking for all these Mario Kart weapons, going, right, where can I use this in the match? And then I got really into painting it. So then I was like proper like shading the bloody banana. And I was going at it for hours. Um, so yeah, and then coming up with some of the ideas was just so stupid. And then I've just got this one video of me when I like reveal the bomb, and it's just so funny. And every time I watch it, it really cracks me up because it's so out of context that is just ludicrous. So when I watch it, yeah, I think it's really daft.
I mean, I think you've proven now though, like you can handle anything. So whether it's a
Hmm.
comedy match or whether it's like, absolute bangers like Rio and ICW or Lizzy and Lily that we've just been speaking about as well. Like, are you proud of the fact that you can just like whatever someone says, can you do this? You just go and do it. And if you got like do you prefer to do like some of the funnier segments and stuff, or do you prefer kind of just go and no, this is my bread and butter. I want to get in the ring and have a banger.
Yeah, so I I am a comedy wrestler through and through. I would wrestle only comedy for the rest of my life. It's great having a bang of a match, right? And the thrill of
Yeah.
coming back and being like, that was a really good fucking match, right? But
Yeah.
I love comedy. I love laughing. I'm such a personable, bubbly person that like it's just what comes really naturally to me. So if anything, I lean more into comedy, and then I like the fact that I can pull out a good match if I want to now and again. I remember
Yeah.
like when I wrestled Lizzie, I was like, the pressure for me was the pressure of being able to actually put on a good match because I'm so used to doing comedy stuff. I said to her, I was like, I want people to know I can actually go and like you can put me in the ring for 20 minutes and I can do it. So it was more proven to myself that I can have a good match and wrestle for 20 minutes straight. Um, because a lot of my stuff now I'm doing like the LALLIE stuff, especially. A lot of my stuff's comedy, and there's like 4 places now where I solely do comedy with Lana. So it's trying to like,
I genuinely, it's like the highlights of my day. Like looking on social media and waiting for one of them videos to pop up. Like I just laugh my head off, but not even like how funny the videos are. It's like when you start laughing mid-sketch as well during it, and I'm just like I crack up every time. Like how much fun are you having now doing the stuff with Lana, and kind of how did it like LALLIE and the whole stuff come kind of together?
It's genuinely the most fun, right? And I don't want to like break the illusion of LALLIE, but I think everyone knows that me and Lana are like real best friends outside of
Yeah.
wrestling. Which is like I think is the funny part of it because I feel like what everyone knows. Um, but so like being able to work with her as well, and like not just as a friend but as a mentor as well. Like Lana's
Mm.
been a part of my career since I was 14. Like she helped train me. We went to women's training sessions together. When I debuted when I was 18, she was my tag partner then. And she helped me like wrestle and get onto shows. And she was a proper good like she was a really good figure for me to have when I was 18 and like first started wrestling because I was so and even now like not so much now but back when I wrestled then I was so like I was probably like yes man like you tell me to do
Yeah.
something I'd do it even if it was wrong I'd do it because I didn't want to say no and I kind of didn't trust my own instincts and she was very much there to be like no I'm not doing that she's not doing that so I was always very grateful to have her on my side and we've just kind of grown together and I'm really grateful and then now coming in and being able to work with her all the time it's like the best like it's the best thing that has come from me returning to wrestling and she would say it as well like it's made her life more enjoyable and she says it to me all the time like that she's genuinely having fun and is really grateful that I've come back and we can do all this stuff 'cause it's just something different it's not everyone's
Yeah.
doing it and I'm trying to think how it came about. I think we pitched it to JC at True Grit and said,
Mm.
"Can we do a dysfunctional tag team?" Because we think we'd gone to a show together. What had we done? We'd gone to a show. Oh, it was a Rumble, I think. I think it was a
Mm.
Rumble at True Grit, and we were just dicking about, and we were like, "How good would it be if we could do this and get paid to do it?" And we'd gone to JC after that show because he was planning on putting us in a singles match. And we said, can we like maybe do a dysfunctional tag team and set it up in the singles? And he was like, yeah. And we started doing like videos and skits at True Grit. And JC was so behind it. And he was really grateful that we were promoting the shows and, like doing more content for the shows. Um, so yeah, he was one that spearheaded it for us and let us actually try it out. And we've not been able to do it much at True Grit just because our dates haven't lined. But
Mm.
the fans we did the singles match and the fans were so behind it. And we did the promo and the fans were like, giving a reason to why she should be my tag partner. And it became this whole thing. And it started gaining traction online. And we were like, people want this. So we started doing it. We did a bit at TNT. We started doing it at Atomic. It's now gone into ICW and Progress. So it's really cool it's so cool to see how it's grown. It just since like February, it's not been a long time at all.
No.
And I just feel like we can do so much of it as well. Like we've got so many ideas and we're always on the same level of like we'll be bouncing ideas back and forth and we're both like I was just going to say this and we've got a really similar mindset to wrestling so it's just worked out so well and I'm really grateful that I can do it and like now I'm doing it at the likes of like ICW and Progress and I've got such a bigger platform to like not that the other shows that like doing it at the
Yeah.
other shows are amazing but being able to be given a bit of a bigger platform is
Yeah.
just it's really cool and I want everyone to know what LALLIE is and I want everyone to get involved and the the biggest part of LALLIE is the fans and
Mm.
the like organicness of it. So being able to then, show a wider audience is really really special.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, like we were there at Progress in Manchester,
Yeah.
and just seeing the crowd reaction when you came out with the sign,
Oh, it's just so
and
funny.
you can hear people as well trying to like,
Yeah.
well, trying to predict is not the right word, but like wondering how it's going to affect
Yeah.
matches and stuff as well. So it's like
Yeah,
people are really into it, and it's awesome to see.
yeah. We were like really nervous. We were like, I hope people like get onto it in
Oh,
Manchester.
it's
Like, I really hope
it's
people
definitely
like,
a thing.
get it. And then there was like a guy with a sign, and I was like, yes, someone
Yeah.
got it. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's real nice as well to go to somewhere new and try it. and people are really behind it. Like Atomic, the reaction in Atomic has been insane. Like, and I don't know if you guys go to Atomic or not.
We've not been. I think we should do because it's around the
Yeah,
corner,
yeah,
but
we
we've not
could do.
been.
Oh, it's if I could recommend any wrestling show to you, it would be Atomic. And I'm not like I've not got favorites, but I have got a favorite.
Yeah.
Atomic's my favorite wrestler. It's just such a great atmosphere. The guys there and the people that run it are really cool people and just super respectful, and just the entire show in the ring, backstage, everyone is just great. So I would like wholeheartedly recommend going to Atomic. But basically we did a tag match at their last show. Was it last show? And I got like the biggest reaction from a tag. And I broke up a pin, and the crowd just went insane. And I was like, this is fucking stupid. This like I've not even hit a move. I just broke a pin up, right? And they've popped the hardest. They've popped all night. So that was really special. Kind of getting that reaction from just something so small, like just knowing they were so invested in it. So just and then going to Progress and getting like the pop when I came out and stuff. And I was in like one of the corners and I was dicking about with the sign, and the fans were like going up and down, and I was like, yeah, this is so cool. But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Sort of going back into the kayfabe or the illusion of it. For me, next question is, what do you think it's going to take to win Lana over?
I don't know. I feel like, well, on one side, I'm like, she's never going to take it. She's never going to be my tag partner. And on the other side, I'm too relentless to let her do that. So I'm going to keep fighting. I think I need to I think my way in is if I win the tag belts on my own and then force one on her, and then she's my tag partner by proxy then.
Love it.
Yeah, keep dressing up as her, accepting bookings as Lana, and you'll get there. Honestly though, it's my favorite thing, but not even like shitting you, it's the best thing in wrestling right now.
Oh,
I
I'm
love
so
it.
glad. It makes me
It's
happy
so
to hear
good.
that.
Like the stuff in the like the collectible shop and stuff, you know what I mean? That was hilarious. Even the stuff with the diary and everything, I laugh my head off all the time. Anyway, so I wanted to touch on as well. Obviously, you've got a documentary coming out as well by Pipe Bomb Productions on the 8th of August. Like, what can we expect from that? And obviously, how did that idea to come about to make the documentary?
So Pipe Bomb is run by a guy called Ethan, and he's really cool. He's a really, really cool guy. And he finished his uni with a documentary on Kid Like Us, yeah. I was going to say Kid Like Us 2 then, but it's the wrong one. Kid Like Us. So he'd done the documentary on him and all his uni like cohort. And then he contacted me to ask me if I'd like to be part of his a documentary that was just him and like was outside of uni, and it was just him on his own. And he'd asked me maybe like April, May, maybe like April, May time. And I said to him, well, like I've got this big Futureshock match coming up, and I think that would be really cool, full circle moment to document. And I think if you're going to do a documentary on me, it should be like my year. It would make sense if it's like my start in Futureshock in August, and then like to me win the belt in June.
Yeah.
So I said to him, I was like, come down, film all that. It'd be really, really good. Like, I think it's like perfect placement of it. So yeah, we just got talking and stuff, and the documentary's like just gone in production. We had we did the interviews the other week, so I think we've done everything we need to do now. So yeah, it's pretty much just my journey from start to finish, basically. So like not too much because it's like a quite short. I think it's like 10-minute long documentary. But yeah, it covers like my start in wrestling, my retirement, and then like my retirement to now, and then like predominantly focusing on winning the Future Championship.
Nice.
But yeah, it's cool. It was really, really fun to do, and like it's really cool for someone to approach you and say, "Can I do a documentary on you?" And I'm like, "Am I that interested?" And he was like, "No, you've got a really cool story. I've like researched you and stuff, and I really, really like your story, and I want to be able to put that into a piece and honor it essentially." So, yeah, it was just really, really cool that I got asked to do that, and I was like, "I'm not that cool."
Yeah, that's really good.
No, that's awesome. Yeah. Can I ask, will we find out much about how you managed to book Pitbull to appear at Atomic?
Maybe we'll have to watch the documentary.
Love it.
Fair.
Love it.
A lot of hard-earned money on Pitbull, I tell you.
Well, I mean, you've gained a bunch of fans, and it's talking about celebrity connections. David Arquette is a fan. Obviously saw you at Flow of Progress in Manchester. You're obviously a huge fan of his. What was it like meeting him and knowing that you saw your match?
I could retire happy after that match. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm in my little living room, right? And I've got the picture that I've got of me and David in my drawers here. And I need to like put it up somewhere because that's a highlight of my entire life. But yeah, I've always been. To be fair, I don't really know. It's it's really daft because I'm a huge Scream fan. Basically, is why I
Mm.
like David Arquette. I'm not really interested in his life outside of Scream, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it was up until
Surely,
about
though, you must love Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, it's
I,
the best wrestling movie.
well, funnily enough, it weren't until maybe like a week before that show, I was talking to Lana and Rob about it, and they were like, "Oh, they're talking about it's like WCW days, is it ACW?"
Yeah,
WCW,
WCW.
Yeah, and I was like, "Wait," I was like, "He's a wrestler," and they said, "Yeah," and I was like, "I didn't know that. I just know he's doing like I didn't know he did all this." So then I was researching all, and I was like, "This is fucking wild. I did not know anything happened." So then I was like, well, I'm even more a fan because this is cool as fuck, and that makes sense like why he's also there. Um, but yeah, so that day, I don't even know him, Nick Arnold. He's like he used to wrestle and like he works at Futureshock and he's like part of the crew now. Um, but he helps out a lot at these like Monopoly events. And I said to him, I said, if you can get me a meet and greet with David Arquette, I will sell you my entire soul. I said, I will give you my house. I'll give you every single penny of my savings. I'll marry you. I was like, I'll do whatever you want. Just let me meet David Arquette. He was like, I'll see what I can do. And it's been great before. He's got me to meet like Mick Foley. He got me a meet with, who did he get me a meet with the year before? Every year there's been someone that I've really wanted to meet and he's managed to get me to meet, right? So I was like, I've got faith in him that he's going to get me David. Anyway, I'm like backstage and I just get a message from him saying David. And I was like, what? He was like, David, now go. So I'm sprinting down this, what is it, the Manchester exhibition? No, it's not. Is it Bowlers? I'm thinking of the other one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
bowlers.
So I'm sprinting down all the way down. I grab Lana because Lana wanted to see him as well. And I'm like, we need to go now. Because she'd like come out of the toilet and I'm like, we need to fucking go. Like, what? I was like, don't ask me any questions, we need to run. So he'd like deadbolt sprint all the way down. And he's just about to go on his lunch. And Nick was like, oh, can we just get these two girls in real quick? And he was like, yeah. And he took a quick picture of us, but he was going on his lunch, so he didn't speak much. But he said to me, he's like, I love your hair. And I was like, oh my god, okay, cool. I was like, I'm a massive fan, and I wanted to show him. I've got a Scream tattoo. I've got a big ghost face tattoo on my leg, and I wanted to show him, but I just didn't have time. So me and Lana got a picture of him, and I wish I could have like properly spoke to him, but they were saying to me that basically his flight got cancelled or something, so he had to rejig his flights around. Drove to like another state to fly in, and then had like 2 hours sleep, came into the venue early so we could go around and buy stuff from all the vendors. So like genuinely like the nicest person you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
And like I heard nothing but good things of like what he did and how he was in the venue, and like he was really nice to all the staff. So that's really nice as well to know like your heroes are actually good people.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I didn't know he stayed behind for the wrestling show. I had no idea. So I go out, wrestle, do my thing, come back, and it was Chris Brooker was like, "You're David's newest. You got a new fan." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "David Arquette." I said, "You what?" He was like, "Yeah, he watched you wrestle." I said, "I beg your fucking pardon." I said, "He watched you wrestle." And he went, "Yeah," and I was like crying. So I was like, "No, he didn't." And he was like, "Yeah," and he was like, he stood up and got really into it and walked around when he got out the ring, and I was like, yo, this is me and my brother are massive Scream fans. So I text my brother. I said, "You're never gonna guess who's just watched me wrestle." And yeah, that was probably the most special. Like I know it's so daft, but for someone like him that I like looked up to for my entire life, and I've always thought he was really really cool to meet him in the same day, and then have him watch me wrestle, and to know that he was into the wrestling, and like he was he had like the standing up for Kenny, and it was just so cool. Like it was
Yeah,
just
that's
a
epic.
real experience. So yeah, 10 out of 10 experience all around.
Yeah, I mean, it must be pretty surreal that like he's a fan of you as well as you being a fan of him now.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then I
Pretty cool.
followed him on Instagram and he followed me back, and I was like,
yes.
That's awesome.
David Arquette follows me on Instagram.
Now the next step is he's got to get a tattoo of you on his thigh, and then it's you.
Yeah.
Fair. A lolly tattoo.
Lolly forever. That's it.
Imagine, imagine. I hope he's seen Lally. I hope he likes Lally. Maybe I
Oh, he
should,
must do.
maybe I should
Yeah,
message him and see if he'll give me like a video to convince Lana to tag with me.
Do it.
I think that's a good shout.
Definitely do it.
It's a good
Yeah,
shout. And he's got to appreciate comedy, hasn't he? He's done comedy, loads of
Oh,
comedy over the
exactly.
years.
Yeah. It'll be good.
yeah,
Um, so we saw that you've been announced for Burning Heart in the six-person scramble match. Now I know we still have one participant to be announced, but so far you're the only girl, and you're set to face off with a bunch of guys. So I suppose the question I need to ask really is sort of do you enjoy intergender matches and proving you can hang with anyone?
yeah. I think I can enjoy both because both are so different. Like there's a fun in intergender stuff just because the dynamic of wrestling a guy is different, and you know, to put it like bluntly, they can take a lot more, and they can like they can chuck you around and you can do a lot more stuff to them basically. Like not that you
Yeah.
can't with women, but like there's a higher likelihood that they can do it and feel safe to do it as well.
Yeah.
So there's that fun in that because I'm like, right, I can just flip around and do what I can do and just mess about with them, and it's fun. And yeah, like I think it really brings something different out of you as well. Like I've got no issues wrestling women, and I love wrestling women, and
Mhm.
it doesn't bother me whether I wrestle women or men. Like it's not something that I prefer either or. It's just you put me in a match, and whoever it is, I wrestle them. But yeah, it's fun, and it doesn't happen often, so it's fun to wrestle some of the guys, and it's not that's not a match that's got like a 1% chance of happening. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
cool to be able to do it because I know it's probably never going to happen again. When I wrestle some
Yeah.
of the women, I'm like, we're going to have matches probably every month now for the rest of our lives. But with these matches, it's like I'm never going to get this, so it's cool. And then like the fun of wrestling like Rob as well with all the lally
Yeah.
stuff. It's just funny. So I thought that'd be really fun, and I can kind of tie in the lally stuff as well. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm really excited, and it is cool to be able to be like, look at this cool stuff I can do, and I kind of hang with these guys that are like twice the size of me, and I can take a hit, and I can give and I can take it, that sort of vibe. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool, and I'm excited because I just don't get to do it very often. So, yeah, it'd be a really cool
Nice.
weekend that because I've got Burning Heart on the Sunday, and then I've got my first tag team booking with Lana Austin on the Friday. So
Yes.
it's gonna be good.
It's working, it's happening.
Yeah,
I wanted to kind of touch back on the tattoos for a minute. So obviously you mentioned like the Scream tattoo you've got. So I believe, a lot of people collect postcards and magnets when they go on holiday. Do you collect tattoos when you go
yeah.
on holiday? And like I noticed, I think you've got like one of the things from like Cat in the Hat. Was that a
Yeah.
new one or something? Like, so I'm just really curious, like, yeah, like how do you decide to get all these mad tattoos? Have you got a favorite?
No, so I started getting tattoos. It's another thing. My brother. I'm so like I am my brother's sister through and through. Like he got
Yeah.
a tattoo, and then I was like, well, this is cool. I want a tattoo. So then my tattoo's my cat. I was like, well, I'm gonna get my cat tattooed. And then it just ended up. I've got a half a leg sleeve, and then I've got a full thigh tattoo. I've got the big ghost face tattoo on my calf. I've just started a sleeve on my arm, like a Japanese inspired sleeve.
Nice. Nice.
And then I think I can show it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
then
That's sick.
cool.
and then on my other arm is my like little postcard arm. So I call it my postcard arm because when I go away I get one, or like most times I will. So I've got this one that I got in Italy.
Nice.
I got a little slug that I got in Barcelona. One's from Brighton. I got that one at the Fluff Wrestling Convention, the big CM
Nice.
Punk one. And then I got like one for my dad on here. So yeah, some of them I do get when I'm away, but some of them I just if they're only small, I pop them on that because then it just
Oh, nice.
pads it out a bit because I don't go away that much, so I can't fill it up
Yeah.
quick. Yeah, my brother's got thing one and I've got thing two.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I
I
love
love that.
that.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
great.
I tried to get my sister to get Cat in the Hat, but she's too scared, so she won't even get a tattoo. Full stop. So.
That would be brilliant, though.
It would.
Oh, I said to her, I said it's a perfect opportunity, but she's not having it. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
So obviously, we're really happy to see you back in British wrestling, but I'm just curious, would you ever want to test the waters overseas in the States or even Japan?
Yes, I would love to. Like, I'm kind of bargaining for a bit of a Japan tour at the minute. Like,
Yeah.
I'm manifesting it. So, um, what I'm a big believer in manifestation, right? I know some people aren't and some people are, but I think if you speak into the universe, you're gonna try and put the measures in place to do it. So one of them is to try and have a visa to go and wrestle in America by next WrestleMania. That's one.
Nice.
And then
Yeah.
the second one is to go and do a tour of Japan. I'd love to. And I think I'd fit in really well just because of the way I am. I feel like I would be quite well suited to Japanese wrestling. I'd love to go over Lana. I'd absolutely kill to go over Lana. If that
nice.
can ever
Like a
happen.
LALLIE worldwide kind of thing.
Yeah, like
LALLIE takes Japan.
and I think that's the thing that scares me the most about going to like overseas, and especially Japan for like maybe, because you're doing like 3 to 6 month long tours, is not having anyone there, and that like the language barrier just scared me quite a lot, and just not being on my own, but just not having anyone that makes me feel 100% comfortable.
Yeah, no, it's nice having that support, isn't it?
Yeah. So if I could go out there with someone, and if it was Lana, then that would be that'd be fate. That'd be
I
amazing.
mean, think of the content as well.
I know. Like,
LALLIE on tour is just.
We'd be with each other 24/7. Like, it should kill me. Like, I would be coming home. But yeah, Japan is definitely on my list of things that I'd love to do, and it's really cool. I really wanted to wrestle at Eve for that reason.
Yeah.
Well, not just for that reason, because I love Eve so much, and I'm so grateful that Dan brought me. But the last time I was there, I actually got chatting to one of the Japanese promoters, and I think
nice.
had I continued wrestling, I might have been able to go over. And it's not dead cert, obviously, but like I managed to befriend one of the promoters over there, so I was like, oh, hopefully something will come from it. So I'm hoping by going over, maybe if Dan gives us the opportunity to wrestle some of the Japanese girls, then hopefully it'll be a good experience for me to learn how to work them and prepare me for if I was ever to go over. But yeah, I've been chatting to a few people that have gone over and are over there, and I'm hoping that I can try and get some contacts to go over. So yeah, it's cool.
Fingers crossed. We will manifest it for you as well to make it happen.
I'd love it. But yeah, maybe I'll branch out somewhere in Europe for now.
Yeah. Well, I was curious as well, like obviously in terms of goals and things like that. What about any kind of like dream matches, whether that is obviously in the UK scene, Europe or overseas? Is there anyone that you really you'd love to get in there with that you're kind of manifesting?
You know what? I really don't. Like, I'm just excited and I want to wrestle everyone. I remember I was gutted when Roxanne Perez got signed because because when over lockdown I was watching all of her matches and I was really like, this girl's so good. And then I just started watching the matches, and maybe like a week or two after I discovered who she was, she got signed, and I was like, for fuck's sake, like this is so annoying. So yeah, I wish. There's always one tag team that I wish I could have been a part of that isn't going to happen now because she's retired. But I always wanted to tag with Clementine.
Yeah.
I watched it. I don't know if you're like familiar with Clementine or not. But I remember watching her at Catch a couple of years ago, probably before. It was just before I went on a hiatus, so it was 4 years ago. And she came out, and I remember tweeting it, and I was like, please, someone put me in tag with Clementine, because I'd love to wrestle with her. Because she was just so much fun, and I was like, I love her vibe. And yeah, she was one person I wish I could have like got in the ring with. But yeah, just everyone, I think the British women's scene at the minute is incredible, and it's probably the best it's ever been. And it's so nice to see it, and to come into it as well is really cool. Like, I've been away for so long, and I've come back in, and my friends that I wrestled back in 2019 are like up here now, and it's like such a cool opportunity for me to be able to wrestle all these people that I'm friends with and learn from them, and see them doing all these really cool things, and just yeah, it's just really cool. And like I'm really excited to wrestle everyone, to be honest. And there's not one person where I'm like, oh, I don't want to wrestle them. I just want to wrestle everyone and learn everything because everyone's so different.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I like the ambition. Dream match, all of them,
everyone,
all of them, everyone. Put everyone in the ring, right? But yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I've not really. I don't know.
I mean, it's one of those. It's always a difficult question, to be fair.
That's it. There's so many names, as you say.
There's too many people. Yeah, there's too many good people. People need to start getting bad.
But that's a great thing, and it goes back to what you're saying about women's wrestling, especially in the UK. Is like there's so many great options. It's it makes it a difficult choice.
Yeah, too many good options.
So I suppose lastly from us is what's next for Hollie Barlow. What are your goals for the rest of this year?
To get tag team gold first.
Fair.
I would. Yeah, I genuinely think I'd cry my eyes out if me and Lana won a tag belt somewhere. That would be my ultimate goal, and to try and wrestle in Europe somewhere. I would love to get my first international booking. So yeah. I feel like I've started ticking off all the UK ones. I've wrestled like ICW and Progress and Eve next week. So I feel like I've ticked off all the big UK ones. So I'm like, right, where to next?
That's it. I'm telling you, LALLIE World Tour, what we need.
Yeah,
yes,
I think we should. I can't believe Chip and Bob. It should have been me when she went to America, and we could have toured America, but
exactly,
it's just been a sport.
Honestly, thank you, Hollie, so much for your time. We're so excited to see what else is in store for you, for LALLIE, and obviously excited to see your documentary as well. But before we let you go, can you just let everyone know how they can keep up with you and everything you've got going on?
So your best avenue is Instagram at Hollie Barlow _ or Twitter under Defo Not Hollie, which you might not be able to find because I got really limited what's it called, like access on Twitter because I got banned. Yeah, I got a really bad restricted access because I got banned. So yeah, if you can't find me, well, yeah, Instagram's your best bet.
Awesome. No, thank you so much. Yeah, love chatting with you.
Thank you so much. It's been great being on.
A to the K. A to the K. A to the K.